Sha 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 sha! Welcome back, guys. It's another episode of Let's Otaku Bout. It's the long-awaited episode 4. I know we've been keeping you waiting. There was technical difficulties the last recording session, so we're back, stronger than ever. It's your host, Kira-kun.
Here with your boy Berry-Kun all kinds.
Our boy Onzo.
Bonzo.
Flonzo.
Gonzo.
Chanzo.
Kun.
And today we have a guest.
Really special guest.
Yeah. Guest slash studio audience. Let's hit that intro.
Oh my god! Do you play basketball?
How tall are you?
6'4". Oh, hey. Nice.
What's your name, bud?
6'5" Chan.
Nice. I was thinking, Berry-Kun, you could just explain this whole 6'4" thing.
Oh, yeah, so basically me and 6'5" Chan, we used to be on an intramural team together. And we were hooping one time, and we were getting ready for our next match. And then this fucking Asian girl comes up to my boy, going off on him. She basically, with eyes lit up, says, "Oh my god, how tall are you?" He fucking looks at her with dead fish eyes, says 6'5", and walks away, fucking arms swinging in the air. She looks so defeated after that. I don't think she's ever been the same.
This is only one of many times where he's got that question asked with the same effect. Hits him with a 6'4" and walks off. Just thought you should know that once.
Come on, fellas. You know how to do it to him one time.
Hella waiting for that.
Alright, last episode we left off with Onzo, Bonzo, Flonzo, Gonzo, Chanzo-kun's recommendations, so figured we could start off with that. We had you watch
Silver Spoon. So, it was like you guys said, it was a lot better anime than I was expecting. First, slice of life anime. Mm-hmm. Really chill, relax. It's like, I could see how some people might not like it. It's not like an anime that's over the top. There's not a lot of action scenes. It's just pretty much story driven. But it was the first one I've seen like it, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no enemies like in Yuri or Sword Art Online, like the ones you asked me to review. Mm. But like, besides, I thought I'd be missing that, like, compared to other ones. But it made the story even better because everyone can relate to him. He's just some guy, like, fresh out of high school, maybe in college, that's just trying to figure out what he's trying to do, what he enjoys. And this time it's like he's actually going to like an agricultural college, and you learn a lot in this anime, and I'd recommend it to anybody. So thanks for that. Hopefully there's a season 3.
Hey, anytime, bud.
There definitely will be a season 3.
Okay.
Guarantee it.
If you want to learn how to make bacon, watch that anime.
Shit.
You can smoke that shit all kinds.
Nice.
Alright, anything else, Onzo?
No, I think that's all I want to say.
That sums it up? Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Alright, well, we gotta hit our first segment. You already know what it is, bro. Very cool, let her know what it is, bro.
You know what time it is?
Berry-Kuns Romance of the Week.
Sugoi. Alright, this week's rom-com of the week is one called Tsuki Ga Kirei, or in English, As the Moon, So Beautiful. It's a really good title.
Especially in English.
Basically what this one is about is it's 2 kids in middle school. My boy Azumi and Akane. basically they become really close after working on a festival together. Yeah, festivals go off. Every good romance has a good festival, at least one, maybe two. And I won't spoil how many they have in this one for you. You'll just have to watch. But basically, they become really good friends, always messaging each other. Yeah, but that all changes when my boy, under the bright moonlight, one night decides to confess his feelings to his girl. And then basically, they become a couple. It's all kinds. But then they graduate, and it's like, what does that mean? Is the distance, because basically what happens is, I'm trying to give you just a basic plot, is the girl, she ends up moving away and going to a different school. And so they don't know what that means for their relationship. They say they're going to last together forever. So basically the whole anime is about, will the distance come between them, break them up, and also you'll see people try to break them up as well. It's a really good anime, lots of different elements in it. I definitely recommend checking it out. I'm not going to give any spoilers this romance of the week because I feel it's really good ones. So you're just going to have to check it out.
How many episodes is that one?
Oh, yeah, it's only 12 episodes. So you get the story real short and sweet. And what I like about this one is the ending is a definitive ending. Yeah, there's no open to interpretation like a lot of romance animes have. You know what happens to them. So I think that's great.
Dang. I'm kind of curious to know.
Check it out. I'm serious.
Can you just tell us what happens and edit out what you say?
I mean, you could just wait till I'm done. Or we're done and then I got you.
Yeah.
But a side note.
You asked that.
Seriously? How can you say that?
Hey, cut it.
Don't. No, that'll come later.
Come and sit near you.
Hey.
Hot off the press.
Hey, this just in. We have a question from the studio audience.
Mm-hmm.
Is this show comparable to Toradora?
No. Just but that's not a knock on them. That's because Toradora is the GOAT to me. I really You ain't topping Toradora. Everyone needs a Taiga. Anyways, let me get back to the topic. This is a really good anime, so I need to cover it. A side note. The phrase, or the title, Tsuki Ga Kirei, comes from the phrase Tsuki Ga Kirei Disune. I'm really bad at Japanese if you haven't got it. Basically what that means is, isn't the moon, or the moon is beautiful, isn't it? And what that stems from is, or why it's a big deal, is it became a famous Japanese phrase to say I love you, like an indirect way of saying I love you. And it all started from like this novelist way back then who believed that people who are really in love shouldn't have to directly state it to convey their feelings. And so he kind of popularized that with his work. And it really ties into this anime.
Dang, that's hella cute.
It is.
That's hella cute. Like, bruh.
Speaking of
There's
cute,
no phrases like that, like in English, where you indirectly.
Must just start watching
It's
the
like
girls.
indirectly telling someone you love them. That's like.
yeah,
That's hella cute.
English is really cold.
You shouldn't walk up to a girl and be like,
Beach.
hey, it works though. Your October girl said that shit always works. But hey, the moon's beautiful, isn't it?
Maybe it works for you
Done.
because you're 6'4".
Hey. Should that be my answer?
What are you saying, Barry?
Yeah, let me get back to it. Basically, it really ties into this anime because the anime isn't very dialogue heavy. They express their feelings a lot through like their emotion, like their actions, their facial expressions, their body language. So I thought that was a lot different than a lot of the animes. And I'm not just talking about blushing. Because you'll see that in every anime. So, but I really like the element to it. It really stood out. Plus, for the lack of talking, they have a really good soundtrack in the background to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I can see that now. I wasn't following a lot. Like
Yeah, I thought
it didn't sound like a good image in my head, but the soundtrack would help me a lot.
Yeah, and once you'll see it, you'll understand what I mean by the emotions. Like, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it this week.
Not gonna spoil it. It's really good. It's really good. You should watch it.
Basically, and oh yeah, one last thing about it is the best part about this love story and what makes it really stand out is that it's really pure. It's a real innocent love you don't see in a lot of love stories in general. They really just rub each other. So check it out.
Rabu, what does that mean?
You'll find out shortly.
Hey, spoiler alert, D.
Hey! I give it a 9.8 out of 10.
Oh,
Damn.
fuck.
Yeah, I just won't give it a 10 because it's not Toradora.
I was about to say, what do you
That's the
mean?
lowest rating he's given on this show yet so far.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the lowest.
Wait, you give 10s to all of them?
Well, I mean, we just haven't covered the other. We've just been covering. This is a
Yeah,
classic.
If you don't know, Berry-Kun only watches classics.
Look, like, if I'm being real, like, check it out. It's a must watch.
Must watch.
I can't say that enough. Anyway, hey, I said anyways.
That's true.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you should make a rating system, you know, like 4.5 some things out of 5 or 10 or whatever. Well, I don't know what the hell it would be. It'd be really fresh.
Okay, that is a 9.8 waifus out of 10.
Nice.
I'm leaving. Packing my bags, fellas.
Yeah, me too.
This is your house.
No, me too. We're in the studio right now, man.
Oh, sorry.
It's in my house right
Edit that
now.
out. Edit that out.
We'll clip that.
I forgot we're not in a 3-person capacity.
You're giving away all our secrets.
It's making the studio audience very, very nervous.
We're all sitting on each other's laps. That's what we can fit.
We're just standing in a soundproof closet. Hey.
Any last words, Berry-Kun?
I think I covered it.
Hey, you know it's time to take over. You know what podcast segment's coming up next, man.
How do you say that? Don't say shit.
Welcome back, guys. It's your next segment of Don't Say Shit. First off, I want to give shout out to Small Town Breweries, Not Your Father's Root Beer. That's what we're drinking right now. Really good spices in this ones. Anyways, last podcast episode, we said we'd go over what Robu is. And basically, if you know how they talk Japanese English, it should be pretty obvious that it's Robu. But I actually got it from an anime called Kids on the Slope. And in this anime, it's like about a classical pianist who runs into like a jazz drummer, and he's like super in love with the song "Moanin'" by Art Blakey, and that's like the first time he's exposed to like the swing feel in jazz, and he's like fucking all about it. It's like, dang, it's super interesting. So he fucking studies and practices like the swing feel, and they start playing together, but basically all the episodes are named after like jazz standards that get replayed by everyone. And one of those episodes' name was Rabumi or Ribumi. Love me or leave me. So fuck, I had to steal that one. There's also Bato Nato for me, but not for me. But anyways, Rabu, I Rabu that word. I stay using it. So that's that. Bonus phrase of the week is it's
Story time.
when did Onzo get here? It's basically something that we say when, you know what, I'll let Berry-Kun
Let the other co-hosts
and
take over.
6'4" Chan take over the story. They were there at the beginning, so
Yeah, let me tell you guys the origin to this story. It's a really good one. So, years back, me, 6'5" Chan, Onzo, Bonzo, Flanzo, Gonzo, Chanzo, Kun, and this one guy, Alex, we're all running this hill called Big Mama by our high school. And Onzo, he's trying to go off. So, he's ahead of us. He's leading the pack, so to say. And so we finally catch up to him, me and 6'5" Chan. And we catch up to him because he starts dying. We get to him at he's dry heaving, bent over. We're worried he's gonna pass out. And then we notice something. What do we notice, 6'5" Chan?
Well, it's basically like we're going to the top of the hill. I'm like, damn, there's another hill up there. Wait, that ain't no fucking us. That's just fucking ass crack. That shit's all hanging out, fucking hella sweaty. Fucking, oh man, it's all shiny and shit.
Honestly,
it was huge.
Let me give you this
Massive
image.
by the sounds of it.
It's bigger every time you guys tell the story.
Wait. Let me give them the image, though, of what we got to see. This guy had his shorts around his ankles. Fucking one bead of sweat I see just dripping down his ass crack. I was like, well, damn. And we didn't know whether we should pull it up or not. Got him because, you want to respect his privacy. But
out of curiosity, Chanzo, Chanzo for short, would you have rather them pulled up your shorts and not said anything?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, would you rather have them back you up and just pull up your shorts or not saying? You don't have the option of them
I mean,
telling
they could
you.
have just told me.
No, you don't have that option. That's not an option. Would you rather have them pull them up or you
Why would
just
they want to pull them up?
just answer the question?
we couldn't tell you because you were dying. One eye was going this way, the other eye was going that way.
Hey, pull up your shorts.
No, ain't nobody got time for that when you're dying.
Yeah, you're like throwing up everywhere. Like I
Just
couldn't even get near you.
Just like when people perform CPR, like girls who wear bras and shit, they have to fucking cut that off because the wire in there could burn them. So
true.
they have to take it off. Like, would you rather? So in this case, they can't tell you because you're dying.
That's not CPR, but pull up my pants.
Pull them up. Okay.
You never know.
Hey,
so you
right.
want us to pull up your pants?
Next time, guys. For next time, all right.
Well, it's a little late because now, ever since then, it's been about 5-6 years now. Anytime we see any ass crack, we go, I didn't know Onzo was here.
70% of the time, it's Onzo.
Yeah. Other times it's Berry-Kuns.
Most of the other times it's me. It comes out every now and then. I hang out around Onzo too much.
So, slightly related. I mean, very related, actually. Shout out to B. She's creating our artwork as we speak for our
profile pic.
Thumbnails, our profile pic, and all that. So, super excited. We got some sneak peeks. It's going to be a really good one, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, we were talking about ideas amongst ourselves on, like, how we should
God damn it.
actually have it laid out. So, basically, what we thought we'd list our key features, like I have a nose ring, fucking curly hair, earrings, Berry-Kuns fresh-ass haircuts, his mustache and beard. Onzo Bonzo's glasses and
his eyes.
Ass crack.
Well, his eyes go off too.
You got crazy eyes.
If you didn't know, Onzo's old name before he became Onzo, Bonzo, Flanzo, Gonzo, Chanzo was Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, it was.
And you did not want to fuck with him when he was Crazy
didn't.
Eyes.
In high school, nobody fucked with him.
He was such a badass dude.
He ran that school.
He did, dude.
And luckily for him, the ass crack was premium, so we decided to settle for the non-ass crack. Alright, guys, that's all I got for this one on the Don't Say Shit of the Week. Coming up next, we have a subscriber request.
Hey.
So we had a subscriber request, Berry-Kun. I think you know where this is going. You want to take over?
Oh, I do. So basically, on episode 3, Wait, before I go into this, quick shout out to again Small Town Brewery. Not Your Mom's Strawberry Rhubarb.
Hand me one of those.
It's really good, really good.
A special shout out to also Not Your Mom's Apple Pie. I've heard it's really good.
While we're at it, shout out to Citradelic.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Next episode.
We're gonna drink that next episode. Spoiler alert.
They didn't want to sponsor us this week. All right, Dan? All we have is Small Town Brewery.
We're gonna do what it takes
Small town.
time. Meaning I'm gonna do what it takes.
This is what it takes. No, I'm back. Okay, so the subscriber request on the end of episode 3.
Yeah. Subscribe request. All right, take it away, Joe.
Basically, on the end of episode 3, we got a comment from a...
Thank you.
I think his name was Rodrigo Becerra. It said, he asked, "Can I hear Berry-Kun talk about Fist of the North Star?" And sure, whatever my subscribers want, they get. I aim to please. And that actually works out perfectly because it goes into our main topic for the week, which is anime we don't recommend. Alright, so let me tell you about this show. Basically, I can tell you a little bit about the plot. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world. People are cold. And so then there's this yoked-ass hero who goes around defending the weak. Kind of your typical hero story. The difference is how OP they make this main character by the name of Kenshiro. What this show is known for and what he's known for is he will breathe on the opponent, say, "You are already dead," and 10 seconds later they blow up in some crazy-ass fashion. And that shit goes on for 150 plus episodes. Like, I cannot explain it. One time I saw him, he didn't even breathe on the dude. He stared at the dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Basically. In my head, that's all that happens.
I guess I should know here that he doesn't actually breathe on people to kill them.
No, he does.
Okay, so there's one, no exaggeration. There was a skyscraper falling, and this dude's walking like, "I'm a fucking badass, dude." And then the skyscraper falls on top of him, and he just keeps walking through the building, comes out on the other side, and then beats the dude's ass. That's a real episode.
He's like Jesus, but he kills people.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, like, and I don't know, it kind of bugs me just how... Hey.
Sorry.
No whispering here, buddy. Oh, fuck. Honestly, what bugs me the most is this guy will, like, honestly, maybe he doesn't breathe on it. Maybe I exaggerated a tiny bit. But he would literally, like, poke the guy in the chest.
Yeah.
And 15 seconds later, he blows up. Not right away. It's some delayed-ass reaction. Like he's some type of fucking... I guess he is a martial art genius. But the point is, there's no plot. If there is, they don't fucking show it. There's no real dialogue. I don't think I've ever heard Kenshiro say one word besides "you are already dead." That's all he has in his entire vocab.
Hey, that's all he needs.
There's no plot.
There's not.
That's so cool.
Or fine, there is a plot, but I'm gonna give the subscriber a benefit of the doubt. There is a plot, but it's the same exact plot for 151 episodes, just a new villain.
Well, how many waifus out of 10?
Yeah, it seemed. I never watched. Okay, I've seen 4 episodes, and I'm planning on continuing it.
Don't.
What I really like though about the beginning, at least, I don't know if it's just the setup or if it continues this, but there's like this narration that goes on, which kind of allows the characters to not have to talk as much, which is, I guess, not really cool, but the narration's cool, and it has like really classic music, but it did seem super repetitive from the scenes that I've seen.
They use a lot of animation in old shows.
They do.
So I can't watch them.
The first episode, I think, or the second episode, he's in jail, and he's in there with another kid, right? And he's just in there, like, taking the punishment, but then something happens and the people outside are in trouble. So he breaks through the bars. He grabs the bars and he fucking just bends them outwards, like he's doing a fucking back, like.
No effort.
Yeah, he's just pulling back, and it fucking tears apart the ceiling and the floor, like. And then they just walk out. But during that scene, there's like a background image, and it's just colors, and he's just pulling. You see the bars, and that's it. And he's like bending that. Later, he fucking breaks into some cell or something, and that exact same image, that same clip was showed. I was like, dude, they reused the fuck out of it, didn't they? Because it was, I just saw it. It was within the same episode. It was like shameless.
Yeah, they stay. Look, honestly, I haven't watched it like throughout, like episodic. Basically, how I watch it is I would always just go over to I'd go over to Rodrigo's house and watch his shit, because he loves this anime. And so I've probably watched like a bunch of different episodes throughout the series, because I was just following whatever he was, and he was going in order, and he went off. But every episode, I couldn't tell you the difference from the one before. Like, I'm not even trying to talk shit at this point. It was just the same thing, and this was like one of the I'm drunk, sorry guys. Shout out to Strawberry Barb again. This is one of the animes that really made me think I hated anime as a whole, because I was like, how do you continue watching this? I'm not interested at all. I'd just be on my phone. Yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
Truth comes out.
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that.
You should do that next episode. We don't say shit.
But yeah, I would probably give that a negative 10 out of 10. So we'll leave it at that one.
Alright, we'll leave it at that.
Nice.
Did you mention that this is a part of the main topic of today's episode?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did.
cool.
You're
I
really
missed
drunk,
that.
really drunk.
I'm really fucked up.
Shout out again. Shout out
I
again.
can't even sit up straight. My bad.
He's upside down, fellas.
Alright, so Onzo, Bonzo, Gonzo, Chanzo-kun.
Alright, so I don't watch that much anime. So I had Berry-Kuns suggest one to me that he thought might be trash.
No. This is the real story. Since Onzo, he's not good with words.
I'm drunk.
He's drunk.
Shout out.
It's okay.
Shout out small towns. Shout out small towns.
500% alcohol.
Anyways, basically, he wanted an anime that was really popular, and I chose one that had pretty low ratings, but was supposed to be really popular. Had like kind of a cult appeal, and I wanted to know why it was so popular but rated so bad. So I put Onzo on the task.
And then also, that way we don't have to watch another shitty anime, so it kills two birds with one stone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I went down and investigated the anime, and from it, like from the summary that I read, I thought it was gonna be sort of like Attack on Titan. There's like these big ass monsters that come out of nowhere, kill all the humans, and then the humans survive barely, but they lock themselves in a big ass city. But eventually the monsters break in. So based on that, I thought it was gonna be like Attack on Titan. I thought it was gonna be like a grim, dark anime where like characters getting killed left and right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that at all. This shit was way too confusing. Like they would have like random bits of like romance and comedy thrown in, like an action scene, all while like monsters outside. I was like, this is so inconsistent. Why it didn't seem like the same anime, like in different episodes. It just felt so off.
I can't imagine there being romance. I don't know if there is yet, like in Attack on Titan.
Oh,
No.
Like with everyone dying and their life being as fucked up as it is, I can't imagine there being any romance.
Yeah, so I was like, this is just so. It feels like they tried to cram every genre into the anime and just came out really bad. And there's like so much missing from this story. Like they don't explain where the monsters come from. There's a main villain, but they never explain why is he doing like what he's doing. Like he barely even talks to the main guys. He just shows up on random scenes. Like I would not recommend this anime to anybody.
What's it called?
Black Bullet.
I don't think I've heard of that.
He just like stalks them and comes out of nowhere. I'm back.
Hi. I'm back again. It's been a couple months.
Yeah, don't check it out, you guys.
Will not do. Thanks, no thanks.
What about you, Kirei-kun?
Alright, so I haven't seen this in a very long time, and I did not want to do my research on this because I didn't enjoy it. Apologies. It's called Number 6. Sorry to you fanboys out there for Number 6, but basically, I was super turned off because it was super yaoi, but it came so unexpectedly. Like, maybe if they had played it off a little smoother. It starts off with this kid, I don't know the main character's name, he has white hair, but it's like raining outside, there's a fucking storm going on, and he has like some kind of balcony or like window to the outside that's kind of up high. Anyways, some kid climbs in, long black hair, like a dark cloak on. Turns out he's like a convict or something, or fucking, he's a wanted man basically, and he's trying to run away from his captors. So for whatever reason, the main character lets him stay with him. He can trust him. Like, he feels something about him. He can trust him. He really trusts him.
Like a pedophile.
Yeah. They're both the same age though. They're both young. Like, it's perfect love. But basically, he harbors him, and I don't really remember what went on, to be honest. Anything of substance, but they talked to each other, and I got these like awkward vibes, and it was like whatever, I could go through it. But it was like only the second or third episode, and they're not even, nothing intimate like has happened, and they're just laying in bed on the top bunk or something, like holding hands while they talk, looking up at the ceiling. And it just felt really awkward because it was like, it felt really forced. It felt really unnecessary. Like, I didn't even catch that there was anything going on there. Maybe I didn't. My fault for not reading that it was a yaoi or whatever, or the subscriptions of the genres, but it felt really forced, and it felt so forced I couldn't handle it, so I stopped watching it. I talked to my coworker at the time when I worked at Surf City Squeeze, and he's like, "Oh, you were watching that one?" And he got this like huge smile on his face. I guess he told me that him and one of his friends were binge watching animes, and that happened to be one of the ones they finished. And so I asked him if it progressed any more than where it was at, and he told me, like, what, you're not gonna watch it? I'm like, no, go ahead and spoil it for me. But I'm gonna spoil it for you guys too, because you don't need to watch this. They kissed in the last episode, but I don't know, it just felt really awkward. It didn't feel really smooth, so don't watch it. Alright, that about wraps up the animes you shouldn't watch. Do we have recommendations for Onzo, Bonzo, Fonzo, Gonzo, Chanzo?
We do.
I also had a subscriber suggest something that I watch.
Oh, really?
Shout out to Jane, number 18 subscriber.
Okay.
He wanted me to watch, what's it called? Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, yeah.
And Summer Wars. And The Beast. And The Boy.
Oh, dang, he recommended me all those
Yeah.
at one time.
He really likes those.
Yeah.
I watched Tokyo Ghoul with the addition of whatever you guys recommend.
You will watch that one?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Got a lot of free time.
He's going
Nice.
hard. He's gonna
You
pull
got a lot of free time then.
4 all-nighters. Let's give him 2 animes each.
You got a lot of free time.
Yeah, you got a lot of free time.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself, because Tokyo Ghoul is 2 seasons.
Oh, shit. 12 episodes?
I think so.
46
46 total?
each season.
Nah.
I think it's 12, right?
Let me check real quick.
Alright, check on that.
But while you do that,
I'll
give him
my
a recommendation.
Yep. My recommendation to you this week is one that Berry-Kun already went over in a previous episode, which is Angel Beats, because I feel like it's a really good story. The characters are really likable, and I want to see you cry.
Do you want me to give the details of when my shirt's cheering up?
Please do.
Yeah.
Write notes and let me know. But basically, I think it's not like any anime that you've watched so far.
What,
And seeing as how you enjoyed Silver Spoon, and that was new to you, I think you'll enjoy this one too.
what genre is it?
It's like a,
Spoilers?
it's a shonen, right?
No, it's like kind of like a supernatural.
I don't know what to call
Yeah,
it.
Thriller, maybe?
I'm sure you could put a bunch of different genres for different parts of it, but
I'll check it out.
it definitely
Is it
check it out.
12 episodes or 24?
12, I
It's
think.
12.
Alright.
Yeah.
And so is Tokyo Ghoul, both seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
And so I'll throw another 12 episodes at you, which will be this anime called 91 Days. It's like a mafia anime where basically this guy loses his family, and he decides to, when he grows up, to get revenge, and it's kind of the story of how he gets revenge.
So hella gory? Or
Not hella gory, but there is definitely blood, deaths, like, yeah, just mafia story.
I might check that out. I've never seen like a crime anime.
It's pretty
It's
dope.
pretty sick. Yeah.
I rubbed.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So stay tuned for next episode for Onzo's review on 3 different animes.
That's a lot.
That's a
You
lot.
brought it on yourself, buddy.
Yeah, you asked for it. We gave it to you.
A
Heard?
lot of free time,
I recommend Dragon Ball all the way through Super. It should take you like a couple of days.
Couple on that.
Nice. Moving on. We got a new segment this week. It's called Guess That Anime. It's gonna be the dessert to this episode. Basically, one of us spits a verse this week. It's our very own Berry-Kun.
All kinds.
All kinds. So, hey yo, let him spit this shit. Guess that anime.
Check it.
Feel like Slowbro, I'm legendary dog, but this ain't Johto. Fly Berry-Kuns spit fire, Ho-Oh, and next to him, there ain't no way I'm second gen. Yo, shout out to Matt for this beat. Let's do it in one take. Started as a businessman, but I got bigger plans. I don't need the money, honestly, I don't give a damn. It all changed when a crab man attacked near home. I saved a kid and knew I wanted to be a hero. So I ran 10K daily, damn that's a lot. Add in 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and some squats. I do it for fun, but a hobby ain't what it's called. Cause man, I worked so hard for this that I became bald. And now I go through my enemies like I'm supposed to. Easy, no need to power up like Goku. But a one-hit wonder makes for a boring fight. I really need a challenge, there's gotta be more in life. So every new villain, I'm looking for a rival. And along the way, a cyborg became my disciple. We're always fighting crime, you can catch me in Z City. With my apprentice to the left, see, he's with me. He's with me. Against a sea king, a lion, a lobster, a crab, it don't matter. Guess that anime!
Nice. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you put in the comments what you think that anime is. Next episode, we will reveal what anime. So we just have some shout outs to do real quick. I gotta give a shout out to the 3 new subscribers since our last episode. Shout out Jay, we already mentioned. He's already putting in work, giving lots of recommendations. Yeah, I fucks with you. Shout out Alexis, I kinda fucks with you, I guess. And shout out Trammy for being the 20th subscriber. That's a really big deal for us. 20 is a really good number. So we will be sending you a Let's Otaku Bout It care package. It's a mystery. Be on the lookout for
Even
it.
to us.
Very exclusive. Very exclusive.
It'll be really good though, really good. And also, before I pass it on to everyone else, I just want to shout out my anime list in case y'all want to check it out, see what I've watched, compare it. I'll give a shout out to Kira-kun for having the idea. But check it out, my anime list, fly all kinds.
We'll just link all our my anime list at the bottom in the description. Mine is Kirarte. My last name is Quirarte.
Mine is Onzo Bonzo, both with Z's.
Mine's the Flop James 123.
Onzo Bonzo is Onzo Bonzo. The Flop James. Do you even have one yet?
No.
Okay. Well, he will have one. And we'll
6'5" Chan, his is a work in progress. It's coming.
And shout out again to B. Really
Oh,
appreciate the fact that you're doing that artwork for us. Love the style so far. Can't wait to put it on.
You matched Onzo perfectly.
Needs more ass crack.
That's the only thing missing.
Please don't.
Yeah, more front ass crack.
We'll talk about it. I think that wraps it up.
Nice.
Peace.
Peace, though, peace.
Peace, though, peace.
Oh, bye.